Na 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 na. Welcome to Jonk does PennyStocking, everybody. This top says tray slick. Right now I'm trying to be tray safe, and the reason is because since I took that big loss, I've been very, very careful with what I've been risking for what my reward will be, and it's resulted in something like 8 green weeks straight. So I'm finally feeling like I'm getting disciplined, although I do I do slip up sometimes, but I'm getting better, a lot better. This week's episode is about how you control the different variables and the weight that you give to each. It's a Mark Crook video lesson exclusive to challenge students. 2 things I want to say to you. One, what he talks about is chart, volume and catalyst, the importance of each. What you really should do is watch Trader Checklist by Tim Sykes. It's my favorite DVD by him ever, and it's free. Google Trader Checklist. Please watch it because it's very good information, and I think you'll really enjoy this video lesson by Mark Crook. Basically for the fundamental, the research kind of part, or not the research, but the technical kind of advice, and then how he shows you how this applies on a chart. You better understand some of the variables that Mark Crook looks for in a stock. We have CVC, chart, volume, catalyst, and I'll let him explain a little about each.
Just kind of a very quick reminder and a summarizer of the things you need to be looking for. So number 1, chart. Always look for a chart that is volatile, a chart that has got good range, a chart that can run 30, 40, 50% in a day or two, sometimes 100%, 200%, 300%, especially in this crazy market. So we want to look for volatile charts. Let's put in volatility. That's number 1. And ideally making new highs. New highs, we always talk about supernovas. So that's the stuff that you need to be focusing on. Okay?
Market
volume
connection reestablished.
Very important. Sometimes we get supernovas that have very little volume, and those are just not very liquid, meaning you cannot take a big position size, and sometimes it's just not worth playing at all because the stock is not liquid enough to get in and out with reasonable expectations. And you want to look for above average, increasing volume, and ideally you want to be looking for 5 to 10 million plus on a lot of these stocks. Sometimes you get 15, 20, 30 million shares, and that is when these type of plays will run. And what you need to do is go back to prior run-ups, and again you need to look at former runners, and we might just put that up here. Former runners, very important as part of your chart analysis. You want to look.
And just in the interest of time, to get to the next section, he talks about a catalyst being kind of like very hot sectors, earnings winners, contract winners, and things like that. But let's see an example of it now.
I did want to talk about ECYT. ECYT is probably one of the best looking charts in the entire stock market right now. I was trying to dip buy it actually not dip buy it, but I was trying to buy it in the 670s, and that was on this little red candle here on March the 5th, and turned out to be a slight red day. And then, of course, it turned out to be a fake out, and the stock just kept going. And here we are all the way back near the highs at 890. And, of course, I was dip buying this stock the last couple of days. You had the big morning panic, and I was buying it in the 770, selling it at 790 into this bounce before it actually hit 840. And that was on Friday. And then again on Monday, I kept my eye on the stock in the morning. It had a little bit of a morning panic. If we go forward here to the price action from today, let's pull up 5-minute chart just to kind of, and I'm not sure why it's not pulling it up. Let's see here. Alright, so you can see here that the stock opened at 8, pulled back to 770, and that was a key support area from Friday. And in fact, that's where I was buying it on Friday. And my goal was to see if the stock held that support zone, which it did. Remember, if a stock holds a key support zone and it's recently hot, then there's a good chance it's coming back up. A lot of shorts in this crazy market get eaten up alive, you know, a little squeezed, and that's what we have here, a short squeeze in the morning, and I was buying it in the 790s, selling it in the 830s, and you know, I sold too soon. It ended up going as high as 920. Would never have held it that long, but
I'll just stop it there, but there's a couple of things that I liked about this. One, I mean, it fits the criteria of having huge volume and being a very intact chart, which is making new highs, which is what he just said before. But the other thing is that a lot of people make mistakes when they're dip buying. Like, you've got to dip buy stocks with really, really strong charts, and ECYT is the perfect example. And that's why Mark Crook is dip buying the intraday panics on a very strong multi-day chart. This song is called "Every Wild Heart" by the New Roses, and it's a beautiful song because everyone in trading needs a wild heart to get through it. But what I want to talk to you about is how you have that wild heart to get you through the ups and downs. Like, a lot of people say to me, "How did you ever make it?" And I said this in a podcast the other day. Like, fair enough, it's like when you have 8 green weeks or 9 green weeks in a row, you have loads of green months in a row, like you have a green first year, then finally you're like, finally I got it. But how do you get to the part before that? And what I would say to you is just look for that first green day. Like, it can be $5, $10, $20. Just look for one green day. You could have had 10 red days before it, but get the first green day. And then after that, say I want 2 green days in a row, then I want 3 green days in a row, then I want the first ever green week of $1 fucking dollar. As long as I have the green week, and then you're looking for the green month, then back to back green months, then you're thinking it's okay if I have a red month because I've just had 2 green months, and then you're looking for like 3 green months, 4 green months, like then you've had 2 red months. I've had 2 red months now, but I'm bouncing back with a green month. And then what I want to do is go more than 4 green months, and then have another green year. And then what I want to start thinking is, I want me green months to be significantly bigger than me red months. And this, my friend, is how you do it. Live the dream. Comment wild heart.